Walking Man 45. Picked up a sweet axe. Normally I'm not going to be doing any of these kind of flea market restoration things. They're just onesie twosies and special ones that I think you guys might find interesting. So this is a broad axe, and this one is made by Underhill. Edge Tool Co. Warranted cast steel. So this is a broad axe. It's got a long haft handle, and generally these would be used for actually making something like this table. You'd have a log, you'd lift it up, you'd put it so you're looking at the cut end, and you just start hacking and chipping away at it until you had a semi-flat surface. And you could make planks, you could make the bottom of logs for a cabin, whatever. What's interesting about this one is that the edge is symmetrical. So typically what you would do is, you would see these things and they would be, their edge would be more like a chisel. In that way, as you're going against the log, you're chipping outwards and flattening as you go, versus if you just had a symmetrical edge, even if you were trying to go one way, you'd invariably end up going into the log. So I don't know really what the purpose of this was. I guess for felling trees. As I look down the handle, it does cant out pretty significantly, but a lot of the times the handles would bow out, a lot more significantly. So anyways, Underhill Tools was a vibrant hand tool business in the 1800s and was operated by the Underhill family. In the 1820s, they were making edge tools at their forge on Chester Road in Auburn, New Hampshire. And in 1835, they purchased a mill site, and for over 30 years, they produced chisels, adze, and other sharpened tools, of course, axes. They were sold all over New England, and the reason they were such an important part of the area in New Hampshire was because they were along the Merrimack River, which is one of New Hampshire's major waterways. It fueled all sorts of enormous industrial, wool clothing, wool textiles, tons of different types of forges and metalworking shops. And so this guy was probably made, 1860s through the 1890s maybe. So that was kind of the other big reason I picked it up. And it does have a pretty unique, I think this is called a heel stamp, but whatever the heel stamp. Some of the older ones say Auburn, as in Auburn, New Hampshire. But for the most part, it's Underhill, and then some sort of Edge Tool Co. or Tool Co. And yeah, so it's just like an old piece of history of New England. That's where I'm at, is New England. So I felt it apropos to pick this one up. The handle was broken in the middle, and I spent enough on this that I didn't want to buy a new handle. So I've been sanding this down, and then I put in 4 oak dowel pins, kind of perpendicular, and again on the bottom, I'll put another one in. Just tried to glue it. Now I'm sanding it down, and I'll probably finish it in boiled linseed oil. Also found this pretty sweet piece of moose antler, which I'm going to turn into some knife handles, and some other antler I'll turn into beads and other handles for stuff. But yeah, so here she is, you know, still going strong. It's at least, this thing's at least 120 years old. It might be 160. And there's like some slight, you can see some slight cracking here, but it's pretty solid. And anyways, it's going to be more of a wall hanger. I'm not taking this out to the woods, and I'm not going to be cutting planks or building a log cabin out of it, but you know, you probably could. I could probably put an edge on this. All right, Underhill axe, Walking Man 45, out.